Hey guys, what's going on? It is your boy Battlefront Brothers, and today I'm going to be doing 15 tips and tricks in Star Wars Battlefront 2. Some of them being block breakers, some of them being ability combos, a bunch of different things into 15 tips and tricks. And yeah, let's just get right on those tips. Tip number 1. When choking with Darth Vader, dodge 2 times to get behind your opponent, and that way you'll get 2 swings instead of 1. Tip number 2. When you throw your lightsaber on its way back, if it hits them, it will stagger them just for a small moment. And in that time, you can choke them and you get follow-up attacks. As you can see here, here's an online clip of it happening. So first you throw your saber, then right when it hits them, you choke them because there's a moment where they stagger. When using Kylo Ren and you just jump, you won't get very far. But if you use jump and use freeze at the same time while you're in midair, you will travel a farther distance. As you can see, I fell when I was going down when I didn't use freeze, but I didn't fall when I used freeze. Tip number 5. By the way, this is a combo. So you choke, then you jump swing, and then you use your saber throw. And you can do it with Maul and Vader only. So choke, jump swing, saber throw. And activate. Once you did your jump swing, activate the saber throw right when you're doing the jump swing so you can pull it off. Tip number 6. This one is a 4-hit frenzy. Usually it's only 3, but this way you can do it 4. So if you dodge to the left, right, or back, and you do frenzy at the same time as you dodge, at the end of the dodge, if you do that, you can get 4 hits. Doesn't always work, but it usually works. As you can see here, that one missed, but there we go. And that is how you do it. Tip number 6. This is called a hook freeze or hook push. So you jump behind your opponent and then you use freeze or push. As you can see here, you get behind your opponent, then you use your push. And it works. Tip number 7 is a little bit more of a combo. So basically how you do it is when someone's attacking you, parry them, and at the same time you parry them, use your dash strike. And this combo can do 600 damage because you get the dash, you get the parry, you get the dash strike, and then you can do 2 follow-up attacks, which does massive damage. Tip number 7. This one is called the hook swing. So basically, you jump swing behind your opponent, you turn your camera, and you can hit them. As you watch here, and I just did it. And you have to turn your camera, and you have to be behind your opponent. Now watch me hook swing Maul here. So there was. And you have to be facing their way just as if you got behind them. And turn your camera, remember, when you are in midair jump swing. Tip number 9. So this one is for Yoda, and it works for all stuns, even Phasma's turret, even BB-9Es. The moment you get stunned, if you use presence, then you will break out of the stun. And sometimes you can do it for force abilities too. So look for Grievous. When you use thrust surge, you can stop right there and get a buff right when you're like falling from his thrust surge. And when you use claw rush, right when you fall, it'll be harder for him to get follow-up attacks. And also for Vader, you can break out of his choke. For Palpatine, you can do it too. And look how long the normal thing would be. It'd be like, look here. It'd be super long, but you can break out of that and deal less damage. You can do it for Kylo's freeze, his pull too. And you just stop right away, which is really helpful so he can't get follow-up. See, he can't really easily get a follow-up attack, and if he's lucky, he'll get 1 or 2. And you can even break out a BB-9E's stun. And if you activate at the right time when he has spin attack, you won't even get flung. And for Maul's choke, if you do it right away, you'll just get stopped right away. Tip number 10. So when people are jumping, and especially for Palpatine, jump swing right when they're falling, and you will get a hit. As you can see, as I just hit Palpatine in midair, because he always needs to be jumping, so that is a perfect counter to his jump. Tip number 11. So basically, there's a star card called the Flash Pistol for the Assault class. And basically, it's like a secondary weapon. It replaces your scan dart, or whatever you're using for your right ability for the Assault. And basically, it's like a normal weapon, but kind of like Iden's and some other people like Leia, who has secondary fire with their gun, it actually has secondary fire, which you basically try to zoom in, but it will do secondary fire. And it actually goes through Saber Hero's blocks. And this can be good in situations like, let's say you get Dooku down to 30 health, right? He's going to block. So what you'll probably do, if you have the flash pistol, is grab that out and attack Dooku because it goes through his block. And that is a good way to finish off heroes or to keep their health regen pool, just keep lowering it so they can't get their health back. So for tip number 12, as you may know, if you set down Phasma's turret, you can pick it up. But also, if you explode the turret, it will actually kill them. As you can see what I just did to the heavy, he got exploded. And it also can be helpful if you're just running, like let's say you're falling back on the first phase of Starkiller Base and you need to get back, you can explode your turret and it'll probably be back by the time that they get to the next phase. Then you can explode your turret and it will do damage. And as you can see there, it took out the shield. And yeah, it even takes out shields. And yeah, it does 150 damage, so you won't be killing heavies with it, but you will be killing normal classes, and you will get heavies low, and you will get heroes, you will damage them. For tip number 13, the officer's turret, as you may know, you can pick it up and you can set it down, but you can also explode it by holding R1 once you set it down. But it also does damage when you explode it. So look at Phasma's health, and it just lost 150 because I exploded the turret right in front of her. But it has to be super close to her, or whoever you're trying to kill. And it only has 150 damage, so you only kill assaults, heavies, and assaults, officers, and specialists. So yeah, this can also help if people are chasing you and you explode it and they get exploded. So for tip number 14, the specialist has a weapon called the NT-242, and there's an attachment for it called Disruptor Shot. Its main use is for taking out vehicles, but did you know it actually goes through blocks, and it does splash damage, so you don't actually have to hit your target to do damage. You just gotta be kind of close, kind of like the First Order Jet Trooper. And let's say, like as you can see here, Kylo Ren is blocking. If you hit them when they're blocking right on their lightsaber, it will do 63 damage. So it will take a long time to kill them, but like the flash pistol, if you can do a lot of damage and then stop their health regen, because that's the reason to block, to regen your health. So if you can stop that, then you can take them out if you have a couple teammates. For the last tip, this is a really good combo with General Grievous. So you jump swing, and then right as you're jump swinging, at the end of your jump swing, you activate Claw Rush. And as you can see here, you kind of go out of the jump swing while doing Claw Rush. So you save about maybe a tenth of a second. But doing that, because Claw Rush has a really good hitbox, so it can get around people super easily. So if you can land one of those jump swings and then do that right away, then you can maybe even get a hit once they're on the ground. And that can even get you a win. You might have thought I was done, but I still have one last tip. So this one is actually a tip for Luke Skywalker and for his rush ability. So if you aim a little bit to the right when you do your rush ability with your cursor, you will actually go through the block. Usually. Sometimes it won't work, but most of the time it will. As you can see here with Grievous, usually it won't go through the block, but here it does. And I think it might be because it's you're hitting from the side, because sometimes that hits them. But yeah, this is a really powerful trick, especially if people are low on health and you need to get that. Like if they're under 100 health, they're gonna die if they get hit by that, unless they have Flesh is weak, of course. Hope you guys learned something new from this video. I will be making more of these tips and tricks videos hopefully in the future. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys in the next one. Peace.